as you can see, this is what happens. Maybe a big cat or coyote. I've heard coyote out here the other night. Seems like I've just gotten knocked down at every opportunity on this trip. Today, it is late March. I am on my spring break for work, and I drove up here to the foothill of the mountains and found a place to set up for the night in my new maiden voyage that I wanted to show you guys. And so essentially this isn't going to be like a typical backpacking trip. I've got a few days to kind of burn, and so I figured I would just come out here and try out the new setup with the truck cap here, and I'll be able to sleep in the back. So kind of whole new experience, completely opened up my car camping options, and it's gonna be kind of nice to not have to deal with a tent. I've got a full mattress set up in here, and I'll show it to you here in a second. So I drove in trying to find somewhere cool to go, not really having a plan at all, which is always kind of fun and just exciting just to see where you end up. And I ended up going to a trail called Lookout Mountain, which is not too far from here. I did about 4 miles and 1,000 feet of elevation gain, as you'll see in the video here, just to a high point to get a nice view of the mountain range right here. But now that we've driven in a lot further, really kind of at the foothills here, you can't really see a whole lot, but we'll be heading up to that rock outcrop. I don't know how well you can see it. It's a pretty hazy day today. But I believe that's where the trail goes, is up there. So we'll head up there and see what kind of views we can get. Well, that was really, really cool. Very windy up top there, and so it didn't really make any sense to try and narrate while being up at that view. But there was a section I wanted to show you. I could probably show you in the video here that you could get to the top of that rock outcrop. I just didn't want to chance it. It looked a little technical, probably about a class 3 little slot to get up to the top of it. And being that I am out here by myself and also out of water, I didn't want to chance it. I'm not too far, just a couple miles to get back to my truck, so shouldn't be any problem. Kind of anxious to get back to that site that I found, and it's getting close to 4 o'clock now, so I got about 3 hours of sunlight left. So it's about 5:30, starting to lose my sun, and just kind of wanted to show you guys the setup before I start making some dinner and just getting ready to hang out, possibly have a fire over there. Yeah, so this is going to be kind of more just like a tag-along trip, and essentially just going to be driving around and doing some day hikes and just kind of enjoying it. My plan for this video was to try to get up to the Greenhorn mountain area where I was going to shoot my Bigfoot Part 2. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure the road is still closed. I called the Forest Service to see if they had any information on it, and the lady told me that you know, the gates are probably closed up, but it may be passable. She's not really sure. If there's too much snow, they probably would have left the gates locked. She wasn't able to give me a 100% sure answer on this, so she gave me somebody else's number, a town closer, somebody that works in the Forest Service, and I tried to call that individual a few times today and he did not pick up. So I don't know. My plan, it's Monday now. I was planning to try to go up there on Wednesday, but I'm just wondering if it's not going to be worth it, because I can end up driving all the way out there, which is probably about an hour and a half from here, and getting there and finding out the road closed, and I wouldn't really be able to do a whole lot in that area. So I think I'm just gonna stay here for the night and try to figure out what I'm gonna do in the morning. There's tons of great trail access along the range here, so I might just go ahead and pick something to do as a day hike. It is late March, so there's still quite a bit of snow up in the mountains. I will definitely be breaking out the snowshoes and full-on winter gear, even though for late March, it is very, very warm right now. In fact, Wednesday is supposed to be the warmest, supposed to get up into like the 70s. Higher up in the elevations, probably the 50s or 60s, but finally no wind. It's been windy as hell the past few weeks, and it's finally starting to settle down. So we'll see. I really have no idea, but that's part of the fun. All right, so I'm gonna start by showing you guys the campsite, and there's a little area back here with a fire pit that I think I will try to set something up tonight. Got some firewood, and there's actually a trailhead right across the road over there that I may go check out tomorrow, I'm not sure. And so I just had this truck for a little while and just acquired this truck cap here. Bought it used, didn't want to spend $3,000 on a brand new one, so just kept my eye out on Facebook Marketplace for a while and finally found something, finally found this guy, and it's old. It needed some work, but it's functional. It's got some racks on top, so I can eventually put some overhead storage up there, and yeah, you know, everything works pretty good. And I'll kind of just show you in here. It is carpeted. And there's a little bit of overhead storage up here. I strung up some lights. Pretty cool. And I've got a new mattress here. It's kind of all covered up, but it's excellent. It's a perfect fit for this bed. And I want to give a shout out to my boy Than, who he has the same size bed for his truck, and he recommended this mattress. It's perfect. I haven't actually slept on it yet, but just getting back here and getting things set up, it just felt very comfortable. So this is really nice for me because I'm used to having to deal with a tent when I'm car camping. And so now don't need to worry about that. I can just do this bad boy. And Yeah, hopefully it'll be big enough for my wife as well. It's a little snug, but I think we would be able to make it work at some point. I'd like to get like maybe an overhead tent to put on the back here, so we just have a little extra shelter where to change and put some seats. But yeah, so that's it. Well, cheers. And I am about to enjoy this amazing split pea and ham soup that my lovely wife made over the weekend. And these are the leftovers, but boy, they taste better the second time, that's for sure. Perfect meal for out here. Nice and hot, very hearty, lots of ham in it. Oh my God, so good. Mm. Damn, that's good. Just before I turn the camera on, I'm hearing coyotes in the distance. Hopefully they don't come this way. It's the life, guys, and very happy to be here. Looking forward to what's going to happen the next couple of days. Not really sure what I'm going to do yet. So I woke up this morning and decided to check this trail out that was nearby my campsite. And honestly, it's about 3 miles up to this sort of reservoir here. And honestly, the trail was really not worth filming. It was mostly up our old Jeep road and very exposed. So not all that great, but never checked out this area before, so figured it was worth coming to see. The trail does go up into the mountains up there, but due to probably snowpack, I'm not gonna attempt it. Regardless, I'm definitely gonna move and go somewhere else, maybe where there's some better trails. right, so I have moved my campsite and I am at another trailhead here. And I think tomorrow I'm going to try and get up and go do a pretty long one. We'll see how I feel in the morning, how the weather looks. I think it's going to be pretty nice, but I don't know, kind of just still playing things by ear. I did try to go to the site that I wanted to go to for tonight to do Bigfoot Part 2. I ended up just driving up there and only got in a couple of miles, and the rest of the road was closed for sure. So there's no getting up there probably until the summer. Kind of show you around the site. This area could probably be okay to have a fire, but I'm not going to do that tonight. It's a little windy, and kind of just want to make some food and just chill out. I think what I probably am going to do while it's still light is I'm going to go ahead and start working on these windows in here, and I've got some blackout material that I can basically strap up on the windows, get a little darker in here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start working on that right now. Not really a whole lot to do other than that, especially if I'm not going to have a fire. It's just going to be kind of chilling out, and it's going to be a little cold tonight. So did see some deer up here a little earlier, so keep an eye out if they show up again. This is basically just kind of an area where equestrians bring their trailers and can hook the horses up, because some of the trails out here you can use for horseback riding. So you got a little bit of a stable here, looks like, which is pretty cool. And I don't know if you can see the peak up there. I believe that's Horn Peak. I actually have been to the top of it, and the trailhead to get to it is right over here. This actually leads to a couple different areas, these trails. So anyway, all alone here tonight. Woke up about 7 o'clock this morning, and it's a beautiful morning. Made some coffee, got ready pretty quickly, and now I'm on the Dry Creek Lakes Trail, and I'm going to try and do, I think it's about 8 miles round trip and close to 3,000 feet of elevation gain. So we'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to put the snowshoes on right now because we're about to start hitting some sections and don't really feel like carrying them anymore. So it seems to make sense to just go ahead and get them going. So I came up through this valley down here, and the snow was pretty compact, a couple of post holes, but for the most part not too bad, but very steep. Now I've hit this section on this side of the mountain here, and it's all dry, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take off my snowshoes. Based on the map, it does look like I'm going to be hugging this for a while going up, so I think it's probably a good time to take these bad boys off. They're quite dirty. I want to strap them on my pack, but I don't really have much of a choice. So it's kind of hard to tell if I'm going to need them. For the most part, it does look like this trail has been traveled. Maybe not recently, but so far, I think I'm about a couple miles in, and so I've got a couple miles to go to get up there. And this is where it's going to get interesting to be able to try to determine whether it'll be passable. So I could just see some mountains peeking out beyond the trees there, so hopefully the views are going to open up as well. Here we go again. That dry trail, that was short-lived. Maybe I'll just go a little ways and see what it turns into. Oh man, I can't tell if this is compact enough. Let's see. All right, well, I think it's safe to say they're going back on. Don't know if you can see some pretty fresh tracks here, and don't think it's a dog because it's not very well traveled and haven't seen anything like that. Haven't seen any prints like this along the trail until now. It's definitely maybe a big cat or coyote. I've heard coyote out here the other night. I hope whatever it is, I don't come across him. The snow is getting a little harder to judge. There's more tracks. That's a good one. That's a good one. There. Oh man. Sinking into the snow is very exhausting. It's mostly compact in some spots, man, but I'm not looking forward to coming down this. As the day rolls by, it's going to get warmer and make the snow a lot looser. See, every now and then I hit a spot like that, just sink right in. I have not seen big cats in this wilderness before, but I do know they are out here. All right, guys, well, this is my turnaround point. The trail is not as well traveled up here and a little bit harder to discern which way it goes, and the snow condition is just getting a lot worse. Just complete post-hole city. Eventually it does go up that way, and eventually we'll end at a lake or a couple lakes up there. But yeah, I don't think there's any getting up there until a couple months from now. All this melts. Those cat tracks were on the trail for quite a ways, and definitely has me on alert. Got my bear spray and buck knife, but yeah, definitely look like some kind of cat prints. Just goes to show you, in March, the high country is just very hard to traverse, and especially in the mountains here, the Sangre de Cristo Mountains are not as well traveled as like the Front Range. It is good to be out here though. I haven't seen a person all day. Perfect bluebird day. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be this way, but I just tried to come out here and make the most of it. I mean, having the week off and just trying to find stuff to do. Well, as you can see, this is what happens. I'm completely in the goddamn snow. Oh. So I'm gonna have to turn you off to get myself up. I went as far as I could, and I definitely feel like I got a workout today. I'd say it's probably close to 2,000 feet of gain in like 3 miles, and I wasn't able to do the last mile and a half, but all in all, it's still pretty good. Like summertime, when you don't see tracks like that, you just don't think about it, but it's definitely something to consider. So just gonna head back, and think I'm gonna stay one more night and go home tomorrow. All right, all set up back at camp, and tonight is my last night out here. So the weather is looking like it's turning a little bit up near the mountains, and forecast wasn't really calling for too much, maybe just a little bit of moisture tonight. So definitely going to be taking advantage of the maiden voyage. And if it does start raining or snowing, I can just get back there and have shelter. I'll give you guys a little glimpse of what it's like in here. Got a little basket, the lights, and I started to work on the blackout curtains, but I don't have enough of the tape that's needed to go on the sides, so I only just did this one panel right here. But yeah, pretty comfortable. It's my beautiful view from the bed. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit different than my standard fare, but you know, sometimes when you get your window and you go and you give it a shot, you never really know what it's going to turn into. And this trip was no different. Seems like I've just gotten knocked down at every opportunity on this trip, but I'm having fun just being out and you know, trying out the new setup. Kind of wanted to show you guys how I do a car camp. Obviously a little bit newer way to do it since I got this set up. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, shoot me a comment, let me know what you guys think. It always helps me and inspires me to do more of this style of video. And yeah, I'll be back real soon. Hope you guys are doing well. Cheers.